Hello, good morning, and welcome to another out-of-spec motoring electric car road trip. Today we have to do roughly 1,500 miles. Hope it's not just going to take today, it's going to take a few days from here in Fort Collins, Colorado, all the way to Greer, South Carolina. We are going to the BMW Performance Center because I have to make a bunch of videos with Rolls-Royce Spectre, with BMW i5, with other combustion cars from my personal channel, Kyle Connor. So it's called BMW Test Fest. It's my favorite event of the year. It's when BMW brings all of their cars that they make to one place. In this case, it'll be at the BMW Performance Center track, and they say, go have fun for a couple days. So I'll be able to drive everything, make a bunch of videos, and I have a bunch of other things going on the East Coast as well. Mercedes is opening up their first ever charging lounge, so I'll be out there to go film that in Atlanta. And then Brandon Flash has installed some cool chargers at the Circle K in Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is the sort of experimental site. And so I want to go film some of those chargers, and I thought, well, I should just drive out there. And if I'm going to drive out there, I should figure out what car I'm going to take. And I've decided to take the Rivian R1T, which is like not the best road trip vehicle. The e-tron would be faster. Our Model S would be faster. Even the Model 3 would be faster. Why am I taking the big, inefficient truck? Well, my friend G at Test Bros has offered to wrap my truck as a collaboration. So they're working on the designs right now. And he's like, on the way out, we're going to send you different design ideas and we will wrap your truck in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I'm like, this all sounds too good to be true. So we have a big road trip in the Rivian to take. The schedule is pretty crazy the next 2 weeks, but we need to first start with leg number one, getting us from here in Fort Collins to actually Memphis, Tennessee, where I'm going to pick up Francie from the Out of Spec podcast channel. She does a podcast or two every day for Out of Spec podcast on electric vehicle topics. I'm going to pick her up, and then we're going to go to South Carolina. This is going to be an epic road trip. Let's freaking do it. All right, let's see what Fantic sent over to us. We got, hell yeah, the V8 Mate Ultra Light, go small, clean bigger. I got to say, like, they did a thing with us for the air compressor, and I was like, this is the coolest freaking tire compressor ever. I really wish I brought it because they build some unbelievably nice things. All right, I got to take these two tabs off and let's see what's in here. Okay, here we go. Let's open the box. Oh, damn, look at this thing. A little tube. Nice user manual, everything nicely packaged. Yeah, look at this nice little carrying case for it. Okay, little accessories, attachments. I'm gonna unbox this and lay it out so you can see what it is. And boom, there we go. Okay, holy smokes, we have the freaking, this is my first time seeing it, the freaking coolest vacuum I've ever seen. Woohoo! That thing sounds spicy. Okay, so we have USB-C charging, boost mode. Whoa, rips. Okay, we gotta try this out. We got a whole bunch of attachments and we have a USB-C charging cable. That is super high quality. Okay, I've got the Fantic. I'm gonna turn it on. Let's put it in boost mode. Hell yeah. I've got a little attachment on there. Aha! And I've just got the small attachment just to get into these grooves here of this floor mat. We'll get it over here on the carpet. When's the last time you've ever seen me vacuum a car? Oops, I turned it off. On boost, baby. Wow, good suction power. Okay, a little bit more of the seats. Get up out of there. Nice. Whoa, this is like working freaking great. And these little brushes are good to actually get in the perforations and pull stuff up out of there. Anyway, I love we can already see dirt and crap in there, forming a bit like a Dyson. Super nice, super high quality. Honestly, will just fit right in your door pocket. That is a cool invention. Thanks, Fantic. Appreciate that. We are taking the Rivian on this trip. This is my 2022 Rivian R1T Launch Edition. It is the large battery pack, 135-ish kilowatt hour, about 126 usable. And yeah, so they now have the Max Pack on the market. This is no longer the longest range, and it's also the 4-motor version, the quad motor. That Rivian has just recently launched the dual motor version, which is much more efficient, a little bit less powerful, but I think more refined than this quad motor system. So I would actually recommend going for the dual motor for most people. You may have noticed I've taken off my big top rack on this vehicle. Of course, overland rough racks. I have the bed rack on here. This doesn't seem to affect efficiency all that much, the bed rack, but the roof rack did a little bit more. So I took that one off. It was literally 4 bolts and it's off, so that's fine. And then this one, I just think it's useful. It looks cool. I'm going to be transporting some stuff, and I like the extra security that this provides, especially when I put wheels and tires in the truck. They don't fall out the side accidentally or something crazy. Of course, you should always strap your stuff down, but that's really the truck. It's got, I don't know, close to 40,000 miles on it now, and we're about to go pile a bunch more. This is glacier white on the Forest Edge interior. Not the specification that I truly love, but it actually has grown on me and it works. We are fully charged. It was at 100%, but I think it just clicked down to 99. 300 miles in all-purpose mode. Rivian has recently redone their software drive mode selection, so if I can actually click a button, sorry, that was my fault. You can see we have all the good data. So we have battery pack temperature, really warm battery pack temperature starting off. I'm not sure why. It's 39 degrees out right now, but the battery is toasty. Motors are quite chilly, as you would expect. And yeah, we have 37,779 miles on it. And we have averaged, oh my God, 1.57 miles per kilowatt hour. We've put almost 20 megawatt hours through this truck. Absolutely insane. Let's not reset trip B. This truck also has not been below 4,800 feet of elevation since the last software update. Of course, I've had this truck all the way in California, in Washington at the coast, but since this update, it now logs your highest and lowest elevation, and I've had it up over 12,000 feet. So really loving all the data here in the modes. We will probably drive all-purpose for the most part, keeping all 4 motors engaged. However, there is a conserve mode, and once we unplug the vehicle, I can show you all of this, and that actually physically disconnects the rear motors with a clutch, because they're all permanent magnet motors, and then runs just front wheel drive. We also have different ride height selections from standard to low to lowest. Honestly, I like the way the truck drives in all-purpose mode and standard. And unless we really need the range, well, then I can always lower us down and throw it in conserve mode. This is the trip to Memphis, it looks like. I'm not sure I'm loving the route plan here. You can see it wants to charge in Denver, and then here, I'm not sure which station this is, Electrify America at I-70. I don't think I like this plan. I think we can easily make it to Flagler, which is this one right here, on one charge. However, I'm going to try to avoid Electrify America's when possible, only because this station, I just checked the app for this particular one as an example, this Flagler station, and the truck doesn't know. It says availability unknown, but 2 chargers are limited to 50 kilowatts. One is completely dead, and only 1 charger is indicating working at full power. And they just installed a new ChargePoint Express Plus in Lyman that I want to hit. And then there's also another ChargePoint Express Plus 200 kilowatt on the other side of this. So we might do some ChargePoint hopping. We'll of course use EA when needed. But this section for Electrify America is just really rough in general. It does seem to be geographic a little bit based off of, I don't know how good their service techs are or how much they care. I'm not really sure. But ultimately, I think I'm going to ignore this route plan, and I'm going to do everything, sort of myself. This is what it wants to do, and it's getting us there. It's so much range at each one, so we need to get back into the Rivian range. One thing you will notice is I'm on different wheels than stock. I haven't talked about these yet. These are the Martian wheels. They are the RV1 wheel. New adaptations to this wheel. You can see the valve stem sticks out. This was just because it was a prototype wheel. I'm actually about to get the retrofit when I get the truck back, so it has a flush mounted or even inset valve stem, which is great for off-roading. You don't want to catch that on a rock or anything. And that's always been the plan since day one. But I think I forgot to tell everyone about it, and everyone freaked out in the comments when I showed the wheels. No, they'll be fine. They should help with range over the standard Rivian 20-inch all-terrains, because you can see they have almost this aero disc situation around the outside, which should help a bunch. However, the biggest issue going with the all-terrain tires on this truck are the tires. These tires zap quite a bit of range compared to the 22-inch wheels and tires that I typically road trip with. So when I get back, I'm going to use the 22s as my winter set, studded Nokian Hakkapeliitta 10 SUV tires will go on this one, as we did last season. So I think that's kind of it for the pre-flight checks. All is looking good. Truck is looking great. Model S is at 35% state of charge. e-tron's at 50. The Smart's at 40, so I think we are good to go. We should just say goodbye to the doggos really quick, and then we can hit the road. Okay, goodbye, thing 1, thing 2, and thing 3. Walter has gotten big since the last time you've seen him on this channel. He's still growing, still a puppy, but I don't know, Alyssa, how much does he weigh, do you think? 85. 85 pounds? He is so freaking cute. Yes, we love you, Walter. Thanks. Okay. Great. Thanks, Blue. Thanks, Blue. Goodbye. See you later. Okay, we have said our goodbyes, and you know what? I'm going to steal this Tesla to J1772 adapter so I can charge on the road, and there should be another one inside so Alyssa can charge her e-tron. But yes, this is the shock flow adapter. We'll leave that one there. We got this one, so if we happen to go to a hotel that has a Tesla plug, we can have the adapter to J1772. Always a good thing to have, because many hotels only have, Tesla chargers, of course, the NACS port. So great. Let's take a look at our first stop. I think it's going to be the Lyman charge point unit. So if I go here, network, let's look for charge point. Let's look for 150 kilowatt plus. Let's zoom out. Whoa, he is ripping in this thing. I've left it in dog mode to warm up. Let's just turn down the fan. It's toasty. And we are going to go to, is this it right here? Lyman. Yep. 2 of 2 chargers available, 200 kilowatts. They're 350 amp cables, so we'll get 150 kilowatts. But honestly, it's better than rolling the dice at EA. Okay, anyway, we'll figure it out as we go. I'll go to the farthest one. I think we can. We have those 3 options. We have Lyman, Flagler, and then this far away one. I think we're going to, just to take advantage of the range today, I should say. Let's reset trip A before we leave. But we will run conserve mode in standard ride height. So at least we're just running front wheel drive, but the suspension's still nice and smooth and cushy. That's the way to do it. We have made it to Burlington, Colorado. Let's take a look at the stats. That was 217 miles, 1.8 miles per kilowatt hour, burned 118. We're here at 6%. The whole way, the Rivian was like, you can't make it, you can't make it. I figured out a way to show, to remove charging stops, which is great. But yeah, let's get it plugged in. And well, I am plugged in here and charging. We're already up to 11%. These are 350 amp cables, so we're at 137 kilowatts, but that'll raise to about 150 as we gain some state of charge. Again, we made made it past the Lyman and past the I-70 diner. This was the farthest away spot we could make it. I'm not sure what's next. I'm gonna keep it charging for a little while. I've just met my new friend Pat here, who has an F-150 Lightning Pro for his business, and he's actually based right by me in Loveland, Colorado, and does a whole bunch of handiwork around the house and stuff like that. This is his truck, and he's driving it across Kansas, heading back to Colorado right now. So yeah, I guess if you live in the Colorado area and need like help with some projects like ceiling fans, or I don't even know, Pat, what else do you do? Anything crazy?
No, just the small stuff that you don't want to do yourself.
Cool. Love to see it, and love that you're using a Lightning. So cool to find a Lightning Pro. This is the base version, and they were super duper rare. So always fun to see them. The best way you can spot a Pro, of course, is just with the sign here, but also the no front light bar right up here. Just super cool. So he's juicing up on one of the 62.5 kilowatt units. We decided that as soon as I unplug, then he should pop over here and he'll get more power, because right now we'd have to split this particular cabinet. Wouldn't make much of a difference, but yeah, these two, this is kind of interesting. These two are linked. It's the power link over here. So that's the power block. 200 kilowatts feeding both of these, but 350 amp limitation means only about 150 kilowatts on our trucks. And then these were probably here first, would be my guess. And they're 62.5 kilowatt chargers that are DC bus linked together to make 125 kilowatt charging. So yeah, he's juicing up on those. I'm juicing up on these. All is good with the world. Kind of a cool town, Burlington, Colorado. Efficiency was pretty rough, as we mentioned, but we still made it here. I'm just gonna recheck the tire pressures before we head out, make sure they're all bumped up, because yeah, always a good thing to do. And then we'll hit the road. Just walking out of the gas station now. Got myself a Smart Water and a little beef jerky just to carry me through to the lunch stop, which will probably be at the next charger or the one after. You know, I think having these ChargePoint Express Plus stations really makes the ChargePoint units much more better. Is that a good way of describing it? The 350 amp limitation is still too low. They really need 400 amp cables, or at least a boost profile on these cables. But honestly, having the hassle or the stress of thinking about that one charger that was operational at full power at the EA station, you know, finally we're having some other charging options, especially here in Colorado. I'm really happy that the Express Plus units are taking off. This one has seen better days, but I'm not sure about this Hion network. The thing is, ChargePoint sells the units, and in certain cases they own and operate the chargers, but based off the branding on Hion, I'm guessing someone else has paid to install these. Maybe a charging network who's chosen ChargePoint's hardware. Again, to anyone doing that, really, I would choose the upgraded cable. This is a Rima Flex cable. This is the Rima 350 amp cable. I actually think the same cable that I have on my DC charger that's being installed over at the office, my Autel 240 kilowatt unit. However, with my unit, it can boost up to 400 amps, whereas this one, there does not seem to be a boost profile yet. So now you can see charging power is increasing. We're up to 142 kilowatts, now at 25%. Let's just take a look at our next charging stop here and see where the heck we're trying to go to Memphis. So we're gonna continue across I-70. I have it showing only 150 kilowatt and up chargers from every network, and it appears that this is gonna be the next one, Colby, and then there's Hayes. I think Hayes is gonna be too far. Let's just see how many miles it is. If we look at this one, what the heck? Hold on. I just had this like cool thing pop up where it would give me all the details. Oh, maybe what I need to do is do it this way, and then it'll give me the little dash. Ah, here we go. This is the magic. It shows how much do you want to get there with on arrival. What networks do you want to get there? Okay, so we'll apply that once. And it says 4 chargers to get there. What the heck? Two charging stops then. So it wants us here in Burlington, and then it wants us to stop in Colby. If I just remove the charging stops completely, which is what I did before, how many miles is it to Hayes? This is what we're going to be looking at here. My guess is we're going to go to Colby and then Hayes. 172 miles. We'd have to charge up way too deep, and I'd rather not do that. Interestingly, the Rivian does not show you battery temperature while DC fast charging. The thing is, when you have longer stretches, the battery actually has more time to cool off. And we all know the Rivian has some thermal issues, but they claim they've figured it out with some software updates. They've improved this. And of course, our first charging stop not being a full 500 amp capable charger is going to help keep the temperatures lower, just because we're not smoking the battery every time. There is a cool little trick. If I come over here, I now get the Ride app. So let's see, if I come over here to dashboards and I come over here to high voltage, you can see our maximum temperature of the battery pack is now 42 degrees Celsius. And yeah, you can see DC EVSE maximum available current 350 amps. So that's what the charger is telling the truck that it can output. That's the maximum. We're at 415 volts or so, which equals that 144 kilowatts that we're charging at. Are you confused yet? Hopefully not, because this is out of spec, but fun nerd stuff. The truck, we really want to keep an eye on this temperature when we're charging at maximum rates. You can see it's increasing. Our AC compressor is not on yet. Our cooling is not ripping that hard. You can see our coolant inlet temperature is 33 degrees Celsius, which is pretty close to exterior temp. So yeah, AC compressor is only at 1500 RPM. So these are all things we're going to be keeping an eye on to see how much of an improvement Tesla has done here. You can see the state of health of my battery pack. It's claiming 95% after 40,000 miles. Seems pretty damn good to me, I would say. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on this number throughout the charging session, but they don't want you to see it when you're charging, which I think is pretty funny, actually. Okay, so now what we need to do is see how much juice do we need to get to Colby, and I'm guessing not much more. The thing is, in Colby, we're going to have a hopefully 500 amp, 350 kilowatt charger. So it's saying it wants a 3-minute charging stop here. What I need to do now is click on it from this one, and then we can get the little slider. So now that I've figured out that trick, we're good. It shows 2 miles added with the charging stop. So here we are. We would get there at 1 mile. So we have just enough to make it there at 33%. So maybe we'll charge to 40%, something like that, just to have a little bit of buffer. And then we'll blast over. It's only, oh, is it really only 67 miles to get there? Well, we should have more than enough at 33%, 200 miles or so. Yeah, but we'll still go there. We'll do the out of spec style because we'll get higher charging power than we are at this particular unit. Okay, 6 minutes of explaining. Sorry, this is what you get on this channel. All right, folks. Well, I'm actually just getting the live stream set up for this particular trek, but we are juiced up at 50% easily. We're doing 150 kilowatts now. Easily can make it to Colby, and it's 170 miles to the next one. So I think it doesn't make sense to eat into the deeper part of the pack. We should have left a few minutes ago, but honestly, that was too quick of a stop because I forgot I had to live stream. I was talking to Pat. We were having fun, and I was like, oh crap, it's time to go. So yeah, we're 150.3 kilowatts right now. Expensive charge. Holy smokes. It's like 50 cents a kilowatt hour, is it? $31 in so far. Anyway, I'm about to unplug us now at 50%. So let's hit the road and go to Colby. you guys now join me in Colby, Kansas. What a quick hop over here. 21%, like we were talking about. I just left with so much juice in the tank. Actually, I'm going to keep show and tell mode on so that the hotspot keeps the live stream running in the truck. So I think we go to vehicle, service, shipping, show and tell. There we go. Great. Limit climate performance. Nope. We'll let that rock and roll. So we're here. I've checked the app. It shows 2 of 4 chargers available. However, all 4 are unused. So maybe one's down. I'm not sure. But I checked and this one should be available and is rated at 350 kilowatts. So what I'm going to do is swipe to activate the charger, plug us in, and let's see the charging performance. I can't tell you efficiency from this point on, leg to leg, because Rivian doesn't show you since last charge, but you can see under 1.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Really bad efficiency, but I kept the truck in all-purpose mode, standard, everything normal, and you can see preconditioning is at 89 degrees Fahrenheit for the battery pack at the moment. So let's get it juiced up and see what kind of speeds we get. Okay, we are initiating charging. It's 29 cents a minute. I forgot Kansas, you can't charge by the kilowatt hour, so that should actually mean very inexpensive charging here. The live stream viewers are joining us now for the charging stop. Perhaps I'll move them so they can take a look at the charging performance here in a moment. And battery temperature starting at 89 degrees. Again, it does not show you battery temperature when charging is active. I do have access to the internal system so we can check on it like I showed you at the last stop. And we are ramping. What will be the peak speed? 70 kilowatts, 80, 100, 120, 130, 40, 150, 175, 180, 190, 200. Hell yeah. 212, that's the maximum the Rivian can take. So look at that. We pulled up, we plugged in for the first time, we got full power, and that's great. Now, will it be able to sustain this power? We will certainly find out, but can't ask for a better experience than that. That was pretty simple. 207 kilowatts coming out of the charger right now. That's freaking awesome. We are now 5 minutes into our charging session. We've put in just about 20 kilowatt hours. Pretty good performance here. Weird maximum current limitation. We were getting 500 amps, but now it's limited to 468 and just holding constant. Battery pack is coming up. We're at 40 degrees C, but we've never seen a limitation until roughly 50 degrees C or so, and that's when it starts to derate. But yeah, we're getting 468 amps from the charger, which is the maximum it says it can do. So it's sending it along, and honestly, even though we're not getting 212 kilowatts, 190 to 200 is totally fine. The fans on the truck haven't even kicked on yet. All is good here. No temperature limitation on the handle, just absolutely rocking along. 200 kilowatts being dispensed. Again, it can do a little bit more, but we're the only ones here. It really doesn't feel that windy. I have no idea why the efficiency is that bad. Maybe Rivian is just that bad efficient with these wheels and tires. Again, the bed rack, I've done a test. It doesn't make much of a difference. Some, of course, it doesn't help, but it's not taking away. But I think the wheels and tires certainly do quite a bit. Nice Supra in the parking lot over here. And yeah, okay. Not seeing any places for food. Perhaps at the next stop. We should look to see how much juice we need, but there's no reason to leave while we're getting max power. So let's start planning the next charging stop. The next charging stop, again, just sitting at 200 kilowatts still. The next charging stop on the way, we are going to be, okay, so we're going to go down to Newton, Kansas, which is where Car Wizard is, and Hoovie's down in this way, and just great creators in this area of Kansas, which is really funny. But we are going to go, I guess, to this one next, which is Hayes. So let's see how much juice we need to get to Hayes. How far away is Hayes, Kansas? Because if we can charge just to the point where we come off of peak rate and make it to Hayes, then that would be the jam. So I've removed charging stops. It's 106 miles. So I think that's the plan. It says we'll run out there on the way. As soon as we get to about 50% state of charge or so, then we'll go based on our efficiency, we can go about 200 miles on a charge at ripping it at max speed with the suspension and comfort. So we can always put it in conserve mode and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll ride this curve. Should do roughly 150 kilowatts at 50% plus or minus, somewhere around there. and then we'll unplug and head to Hayes. Perfect charging stop here. We are now 15 minutes into our charging session, and we have a message: limited by charging station. Really not by much, because the truck was doing 175, 180, somewhere around there. We're still getting 156 kilowatts, but you can see the maximum power the charger can output is now 360 amps. The battery pack temp has hit 50 degrees Celsius. Cooling is not turned on, and the truck is not indicating that that is a problem. Again, I don't know what the maximum allowable temperature is on the new Rivian charging software update. So there's a lot for you and I to figure out on this road trip as we start to reevaluate all the new charging profiles of the truck. But I'm not complaining about 150 kilowatts. That's fine, especially right now in this point of the charge curve where we've already taken the high power juice. Just interesting to see how the charger derates into the session for no apparent reason other than maybe temperature somewhere, although the handle was cool to the touch last time I checked it, so not sure. All is normal here. Charger doesn't issue a warning, of course, and we're getting fine speeds, just little niggles. There's that Supra I was telling you about. Pretty sick. But pretty soon this message should go away, I would think. Limited by charging station. Yeah, now we're not limited by charging station, because EVSE maximum available current's 360 amps. That's the charger. And the truck's doing 305, 306 amps following the internal charge profile. So now that's wrong. As far as I can tell, it was correct. Now it's incorrect. We have more than enough juice right now. 134 kilowatts at 58%. I don't know why the truck thinks we don't, but we're going to go. We're not going to sit here and charge slow. It only cost us $5.22. Are you kidding me? To get 56 kilowatt hours. That's insane. That is so cheap. So let's hit, we were here 19 minutes and it cost me $5. What a stark difference from the last charging session where we were charged $35 for roughly the same amount of energy. So, wow. EA with the pricing and the per minute states. The reason it's per minute is it's actually illegal for resellers of electricity to charge by unit of energy. They have to charge by time, so they can't bill by kilowatt hour in Kansas. So we are juiced up 58%. Let's just see here what the battery pack temperature says in the truck. We already know it's maximum. Yeah, 123, getting close to the red. And the cooling fans are just kicking on as I'm backing out of here. I can hear that, the AC compressor spinning up. Looks like charger number 3 is not available. One of them is derated, but these two both show as available. So, very good. Join me now pulling into Hayes, Kansas at 2% state of charge. Holy smokes, the efficiency has just been about 1.3 miles per kilowatt hour the whole way. Crazy. There's no indication that the truck is preconditioning for the battery in terms of text, preconditioning the battery for charging, but I can hear the AC compressor running, and it's cooled off the battery quite a bit. Naturally, that will happen while driving anyway. So the chargers in here, some of the live stream folks mentioned we should use charger number 2. That will be our best bet, 350 kilowatt charger and plug share with recent good check-in scores. So we're certainly going to do that. And we timed this one perfectly. I pretty much kept it at 85 miles an hour on driver plus the driver assistance system the whole way. It's the fastest it goes. So that was perfectly optimized from the last charger. But wow, super surprised with how poor the efficiency is. But we had 16 to 20 mile an hour side winds that really screwed us. So we've been to this charger many times together on this channel. Let's do it again. I'll plug into number 2. Let's see how this thing goes. We have arrived to station number 2. Really windy out here, so bear with me as I get the truck hooked up. Oh, I forgot. I got to keep the truck on for the live stream viewers so they don't lose connection. I've pre-activated the charger. Whoa, it's crazy windy out here. It says please plug in. Let's do it. I've got the truck lowered all the way down in conserve mode. Looks really funny slammed out like this. Okay, we are in. Let's take a look at everything here. Make sure it connects. I want to show the live stream guys what's going on as well. See if I can get this phone off of the mount. Whoa, they went flying. Holy smokes. If you can see over here, it shows the maximum EVSE current, 500 amps on this one. We're taking 450, 460, 480. We're up to 184 kilowatts, taking 493 amps from the charger. 500 amps available, so we are maxing this unit out. Pack voltage is low, 377 volts, but as long as the charger doesn't derate, we will be having a great charging session. Maximum battery temperature is 34 degrees Celsius. Let's keep our eye on that and see what happens. I've shut off climate control to let most of the battery cooling capability go to the battery, and we are officially juicing up. So let's keep an eye on all this. Since we are charging up and charging at the maximum peak speeds possible, we were really low on charge because we shot up from 370 volts to 390 just in a couple minutes, which shows, okay, we were at the bottom of the pack because lithium packs really drop on voltage when they get close to 0%. So that's cool. We're up to 200 kilowatts now rocking. How long it'll hold it, that's what we're going to find out. But I'm curious about our next charging stop. If we head towards Memphis, Tennessee, I want to know if we're going to continue east or if we're going to go south. And I think we actually are going to continue east and then come down. But couldn't we just cut across to Wichita? What is the correct path here? There is a charger I want to take a look at that's east of Salina, but we may not be able to go that path this trip. And so I guess we could come down through St. Louis, over to St. Louis and down, or down to Oklahoma City and over. And so, yeah, so this is what the path looks like. Shows, what would the chargers look like this way? Yeah, the level 2 charger, are you kidding me? And then, but I still think this might be the best option. If we do a deep charge here, because I was thinking about going to get lunch, then we could stretch it to Wichita, charge in Wichita, and then come down this way, which I've never done this in a CCS car. So good thing I have my Francis Energy card on me, but because I think we'll probably need them in Oklahoma. This is like a weird route that is not well served. And so I think this makes more sense than going over to Salina and down. Either way, when we get some more charge in the tank, we'll be able to make a decision. Can we stretch it to Wichita or not? And I think that's going to be our best bet. Well, I left the guys charging in the truck, the live stream, and I was walking over here to Wendy's to get some lunch. The truck's just right on the other side of this building. But Fuzzy's Tacos over there. We just have to cross this busy street, but you know what? I think it's worth it. Let's go to Fuzzy's. I hate Wendy's. Hashtag not sponsored ever after that. Off to Fuzzy's we go.
Wait.
So I can see a red Rivian over there moving around. That seems like the second or third charger they've tried. We've had a good charging session where it's 75% doing 70 kilowatts. Normally I would have left by now, but I'm just trying to eat. I had to walk to go get Fuzzies, and I was chatting with my friends here from the Rivian Club. So yeah, things happen. We have to choose what direction we go. I think talking to these guys with the Rivian, they said go to Salina and then go down. It's faster than going through all the small towns. So we'll do that. And then it kind of gets sketchy in this area. It could be a little bit adventurous. So I'm looking forward to this because I've never done this route, and all the live stream viewers are like, ooh, chargers look pretty sketchy going down this way. So that should be kind of fun. And then, of course, we'll head into Memphis probably tomorrow. Maybe we'll stay somewhere around here tonight, something like that. But yeah, let's at least shoot to get to Oklahoma, and then we'll continue the trip. And there we go, juicing up. We are at 80%. So it took 47 minutes to get to 81%. We've dipped down to 50 kilowatts. I definitely don't want to be charging any more than this because it's just so slow at this state of charge. But that's how long it took for me to get plugged in, chat with some viewers, and do the thing. So let's see if we can make it to Wichita now. I think we should be able to. It's only 170 miles. And so that would be this one, is it? Wichita, Electrify America. Boom. That's where we want to go. Calculating route. What's it going to say? Okay, it says 11-minute charge here. Let's start the trip anyway. It shows 3-mile arrival. So, perfect. Let's, 186 miles. Maybe we'll give it just a few more minutes for a little bit of buffer, but then we'll hit the road. That is perfect. Perfect timing, actually. That's amazing. We are just about to head out and go to Wichita. What am I trying to say? Wichita. There we go. And the truck doesn't actually think we can make it. We're going to have huge headwinds, 20+ mile an hour headwinds as we head south. So, yeah, it says it wants a 6-minute more charge here, but I think we can do it. Yeah, 180 miles, 85%. Ah, come on. That would be just over 200 miles on a full charge. Should be doable. I'll dilly-dally as we unplug, but that's our next stop. We're going straight there. Through these small towns, though, oh boy, I'm not sure. The guys in the red Rivian said go over to Salina and down. The alternative, I already showed the live stream viewers this, but the alternative is to just stop in Salina real quick and then head down. But either way, we're not just going to sit here at 53 kilowatts anymore. It's just so slow. So let's, yeah, let's just put in this station. I'm going to blow past the cutoff on I-70. We're going to go this way, stop in Salina, and then head south. So that's our plan, what you're looking at right here. It says it wants another 5 more minutes of charging. Like I said, I will dilly-dally on our way over there, and I'll make sure we make it. So good stuff. Let's go. It only cost us about $15 for the charging session. That's great because this is bill by minute. So this is all good stuff. That was a long charging stop. Don't like these. Don't like these at all. I like the quick out-of-spec stops. All right, let's hit the road. Friends in the red Rivian. See y'all later. And in the truck, in the drive, GoPro on, maps selected, off we go. There we go, $17.96, 118 kilowatt hours. Awesome. Let's do it. We've arrived in Salina. The only working 350 kilowatt charger is taken by a Kia Niro that's full charging. That is textbook accurate. But we came here because I didn't think we could make it to Wichita. The truck didn't think we could make it. So we just stopped in. We're going to put in a few kilowatt hours. So let's get this thing started, charging and rocking ASAP as possible. And then we'll blast to Wichita. And we are charging. We, again, only need a quick top up just to make it down to Wichita, maybe 10, 15 kilowatt hours, something like that. 155 kilowatts right off the bat. Man, we have had great charging here today. Just awesome. And this is good stuff. We love to see this. So yeah, we're not giving up too much by not being on a 350 kilowatt charger. Again, that one not working. And this guy is unplugging. It's not worth moving though, because we've already taken advantage. We have like all the fast speeds here in the tank. So yeah, we're not going to give up much time by just sitting here on this charger. So I didn't even move the live stream much because we're just going to try and coast into Wichita with nothing in the tank, but we did need a few kilowatt hours extra to make it there. So yeah, all good at the Casey's. We've been here before. And juicing up, beautiful sunset here in Kansas. We are charging up, getting a good charging session, just about 160 kilowatts here. And again, it's not worth moving now that the Nero has backed up. By the way, Neros have the loudest reversing beep I've ever heard in history. But no matter, we have to make it to Wichita. But then this station just below Wichita is, oh, we don't want to do that. 6.6 kilowatts, 150 kilowatt, easy go, Francis Energy. I don't know. Do we rely on Francis Energy? I'm not sure I'm ready for that kind of pain yet. If you think EA is bad, try using Francis, which we're going to have to do in this trip. EA's been great this trip, by the way. I have nothing but praise for EA. If every experience was like this, yeah, I know that charger's offline, but thanks to the live stream viewers, I knew that before I got here. So all you need is a whole live stream telling you which charger to plug into, and then EA is totally acceptable. So it says it wants a 5-minute charge. Let's just see. I have to go this way to get to the to this screen. So yeah, it says 1 stop added. Still won't make it even after all these kilowatt hours. Yeah, it shows we'd run out almost on the way. So we'll charge to maybe another 10%, 50, 55%, something like that. And then we should be able to make it. And that'll be roughly a 10-minute charging stop, which I think is very, very reasonable for a quick top up, especially in a vehicle as big as the Rivian. But the wind seems to be dying down, at least where we are right now. All of the gas pumps, oh, some of the gas pumps are not working. But yeah, we're here juicing up. Casey's General Store. And actually, look right here. They have a Tesla battery pack over on this side. This is cool. If we look over here, let's go wide view. Check this out. Inverter 1, power pack 1 and 2. Got Tesla batteries powering the EA station. You can see we're charging on this one here. And then 2 and 2A and 3 and 3A. Those are the 350 kilowatt cabinets. They both link up. Love it. EA powered by Tesla. Hell yeah. We have now been charging for 10 minutes. We've explored the Tesla power pack situation, which is really cool. And now we should be able to make it. There's a massive headwind just straight up the whole way. And it's showing 9 miles on arrival if we were to leave right now. That is exactly what we need. So even though we're still getting great charging speeds, again, we're amperage limited. And so as pack voltage comes up, we'll be getting good charging speeds. And it is awesome. I say we head to Wichita. Why not? Could be interesting to see what's going on there. And I'm ready to hit the road. So this is the kind of charging stop I like. This was great. So cheap, less than $3 for 30 kilowatt hours. That's what you get in per minute sites. Just, you know, so cheap. We were here 11 minutes, so 57%. I think we have more than enough to make it. Still doing 166 kilowatts at 57%. It's a good charging curve when the battery doesn't get that hot on this thing. So anyway, let's stop. And let's go. 30 kilowatt hours we added, 30.5. I should say delivered. Some of it, of course, didn't make it to the battery. There's always losses. Unplug. Put this one back. Close that up. You actually don't need to close this, but I just do out of habit. Closed up. We got some bugs on the truck. Not too many. Everything's looking nice. Sunset's looking gorgeous. Let's get back on the road. Efficiency. Pretty rough. This might set a new record for inefficiency heading into the wind, but let's do it. Welcome to Wichita. Mustang Mach-E GT over here filming, charging, and we are at the 350 kilowatt Signet charger. We've had great success so far. We're 571 miles into our trip today. Really inefficient driving today. We got like 1.3, 1.4 miles per kilowatt hour with that headwind coming up here. That was pretty brutal. And we are at 11% state of charge. Like I mentioned, we overcharged a little bit and the wind died down. So we would have had that done perfectly if there was still some wind left. I'm not sure why they wrap the handles different colors. I've always wondered why. Not sure. Anyway, in we go. I'm going to tap my card and we will get charging. We are charging and ramping. Very easy run over here. Nice and straight roads. No major issues. Wichita's way bigger than I expected it to be. So what will be our peak speeds? Will we get the full 500 amps from the charger? Let's take a look and see what we get. We're up to 150 kilowatts. Okay, that's not a great sign. Although you can see here the maximum available current, 476 amps. Isn't that the same that we saw in, what city were we in? Anyway, one of the previous ones. The truck isn't pulling everything right now. I don't know why. It's only pulling 390, even though it can do 476 amps. So maybe the battery pack got too cold, because maximum battery temperature is now 29 degrees. So maybe when we hit, oh no, now the charger's gone up to 500 amps and the truck's pulling 500. Okay, we're good. We're getting full speed, which means we'll stay over somewhere in between, and then I'll get to Memphis tomorrow afternoon, which seems pretty reasonable. And we'll get Francie, and the road trip will be a lot more entertaining than just me talking to you guys. So what's the best way over? So let's see, 9 hours this way. So it wants to stop. Let's see, Broken Arrow, Fort Smith. So I'm just trying to think where would be a good place to spend the night. And this all seems like pretty low roads, slow roads. So this city here, whatever this one is this Broken Arrow, West Tulsa? So Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yep, I think that's Tulsa. It's at a church. All right. That seems to be the best move, I think, for the night. And then we'll continue onwards tomorrow. Something like that is what I'm thinking. We have been charging for 36 minutes, and it has been a great charging session. It's only cost us $10 for 92 kilowatt hours. And we love these per minute sites. It's really inexpensive to road trip. We won't see that as we get to other states. We've gone from roughly 11% to 77%. We've added 93 kilowatt hours to the battery pack, roughly. And we're looking at our next stop, which I've booked a hotel in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so Tulsa is a pretty big city, and it's only 183 miles this way. You can go down or over and down. I don't think it makes much of a difference. But the Rivian's suggesting this and says we can make it. The hotel that I've booked is the Residence Inn by Marriott, and it's sort of right, I don't know, southeast of the city. And then I think we got to bump back up to 64 for the trip tomorrow. But they should have 48 amp Tesla wall connectors. They also have a 6.6 kilowatt charge point unit if the Tesla ones are taken. But we want to get all the juice we can. So I've got my Tesla adapter, and that way we can get full power. Actually, on PlugShare, they're labeled as 16 kilowatts. So they, either way, we can only get 48 amps on this truck. So maybe we'll get 9 or 10 kilowatts at 208 volt business voltage. And we'll be able to juice up through the night. It says we'd get there at about 11 p.m. So I think we'll charge for a little bit more time since it shows a 2-mile arrival. And yeah, there also seems to be a fast charger, Francis Energy, right down the street. If for whatever reason all of the level 2 stations are booked, we have a backup DC fast charger, which is great. And that's always a good key element. Never rely on just DC charging alone. And it looks like there's plenty of Francis charging in Tulsa. Absolutely great coverage here. EV Connect over here. Yeah, great Francis Energy stuff everywhere. So that's all cool. So either way, I feel pretty comfortable getting there pretty low, maybe not 2 miles low, especially as we're going through pretty rough middle of nowhere terrain through Kansas into Oklahoma. I've never done this drive before, so I'm really looking forward to this. We are at roughly 80% state of charge, only doing 52 kilowatts. So I don't want to spend too much time here longer. Maybe we'll charge to 82 to 85%, something like that, and then we'll hit the road. I probably would have left and fast charged along the way. But yeah, I was just sending emails and catching up, and this is how long it took. So yeah, we've hit 80%. We get the slower due to slower, close to full charge. Why can't I read? It's only 7:30. Why am I tired? Anyway, we've got another 3 hours of driving to do. Then I can go to sleep and all will be good. So let's charge up for as long as we can bear and then head to Tulsa. And there we go, charged up to 90%. And now it says a 4-mile arrival going the way we want to go. We are juiced up, 90%, 15 bucks. For 109 kilowatt hours, I'll take it. have arrived at our hotel. Dang, that 10:30, but let me tell you, I'm feeling tired. We have arrived at 7% state of charge. I took it a little bit easy here. You can see there's a Mach-E rear-wheel drive small battery charging up on the charge point unit. That's only 6 kilowatts. My understanding is these Tesla units, these should be rocking. And what's nice is one of these Tesla units is actually a J1772 already built into it. So hell yeah, let's do this. It's like built for the Rivian. We don't even need to use our adapter. Let's just check to make sure it's wired up to 48 amps, because those charge point units are only 32 amps. Wow, I've never actually used one of these. Really nice integrated connector here. Looking nice and thin. This is like the nicest J-plug handle I've played around with. In we go. Let's take a look. It is communicating on the Tesla charger, blinking blue, and it went red. But Rivians always do this. And now it's charging. Okay, so it's so funny. Even though it is built for J-plug, it does have to fall back. So we are charging, let's see how long it says, up to 100%. Will it be done in the morning? Will we get more than 6 kilowatts? Looks like we're only getting 6 kilowatts. Oh wait, it's going down, up. I don't know what the heck is going on. All right, yeah, anyway, I'm going to try the Tesla one. Maybe that one's slightly faster. If that gives us more power, great, we'll use that. Otherwise, we'll just use the J-plug, because that's built for this car. So I'll swap around, see what we get up to. Very interesting. It is faster with the Tesla connector. We are getting 9 kilowatts on that one. So, yeah, my guess is 32 amps with this J-plug. I'm going to wrap it back up, so I'm not just going to leave it on the ground. But then we're getting 48 amps on the Tesla connector, just at pretty low voltage. So, yeah, always good to experiment and check, and it's free charging. I believe they also charge you for the charge point unit. This doesn't cost anything. Now, am I really blocking a Tesla from charging here? No, most Teslas should have a J-plug adapter. I don't know. It's also almost 11 o'clock at night. No Teslas are here. There's other open spots. I think we are okay to do this, to use the adapter. I don't know. It's always a gray area. It's like what Tesla owners think about people using the, adapter stuff. But ultimately, we need the juice. We're on a road trip. We're definitely going to get more range in the morning with the faster plug than if we were to use the J plug. So let's do this, and that'll be that. I think it shouldn't be a problem.